It's a story all about a man called Equestrian Brante,
Yeah.
and he got killed saving a lady.
And then the lady abandoned us without giving us any.
Yeah, the lady fucked right off. Disgusting attitude. Should have at least given us a blowjob.
Weren't we like 11 when that happened in the game?
Doesn't matter. Should have given us a blowjob there and then on the street.
God, okay. How old are we now?
To our broken corpse with the skull crushed in.
We're 14 years old. We're almost out of adolescence and we're almost into youth.
Indeed. Do you want to show your screen?
Oh, am I not? Sorry.
Yeah. Cheers. 14 years old. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're almost to youth.
We're running out of time to get a wife.
I think in youth is where we get the wife.
Okay.
Alright.
Did we finish this one? Yeah, we definitely did this one.
Did we? Okay, it's probably just the autosave is a little bit after this, so
yeah.
Or a little bit before where we.
It might be the next page, literally.
Yeah, so I'll read this. You look at Grandfather defiantly and step towards him. He stares you down with rage and throws the oil lamp at the floor. You manage to catch it, but just barely. Several drops of hot oil hitting the rug, not nearly enough to start a fire. The lamp's glass is blisteringly hot. It burns your hands, but you still hold on to it safely. Oh wait, no, it's me again, sorry.
Yep.
You low-born scum! You ruined everything! You're every bit like your mother! You!
Enraged, he takes a swing, and you shut your eyes. But he does not hit you. Instead, there is a deep exhalation. You peek at him with one eye, just in time to see him collapse, all his strength fading away. His chest is heaving, his face a grimace of contempt. Another heavy exhalation. The contempt is gone. There is only fear now. Grandfather's eyes open wide, almost in surprise. He exhales.
His eyes grow dim. I guess I'll just... Mother is there, whispering a prayer. She is shaking violently. You pull the oil lamp you put the oil lamp gently on the bedside table and call for the servants. They carry the body away. It does not disappear. True death has found him. He will never return. You spend the rest of the night with Mother in the sitting room. She will not let go of your hand. For many, many nights afterward, she keeps seeing Grandfather's shadow out the corner of her eye.
Father returns from Eterna the morning after. He is unusually composed as he arranges for the funeral. The house becomes quiet, not the looming, heavy sort of quiet of the past few months, but the calm relief you all feel now that the crazed old man is no more. At last, Gregor Brante, the family's patriarch, has departed for the hereafter.
Oh look, he's indifferent to us now that he's
now
dead.
He's dead. Yeah. Let's go back to the family tree. Let's have a look. Alright, dead.
Alright, we got 2 deaths.
Okay, what?
I kind of want to check on our stat. So, Father absolutely adores us.
Yeah.
Mother likes us. She's still pretty good. Stefan actually likes us too. Didn't we found out about his secret lover, right?
Yeah, but before that we fought next to him, and that's what got all
that's what gave us the bonus.
So in my opinion, the priority order for the family is Gloria, then Father, then Mother, then Stefan and Nathan I don't give a shit about, but probably Nathan, then Stefan.
Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of even in my mind. I really don't give a crap about either of them. But yeah, so Gloria, Father, Mother, these 2.
Yep. Also, we owe Gloria.
What do we owe her?
Because she's still getting bullied the shit out of.
Oh right, yeah. And don't we need one more point or something to do something about that, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Hold on. Is there a way we can review? Destiny, here we go, yeah.
Wait, is the patriarch called Fetus?
I don't know, but this is what I was looking for.
Oh, I didn't know we could see this halfway through.
Yeah, I knew it was somewhere. Okay, and we can see what happened. School begins.
I feel like we've already missed Gloria's secret.
Sophia's...
I don't really want to check. I want to kind of come across it.
Well,
That's right.
yeah, it won't say it on here. This just shows us what we've done so far.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough.
So Gloria's secret, it just tells us that we need to have better ingenuity.
What is our ingenuity?
It's 3 right now.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue on.
I just wanted to quickly check on... So, Thomas, he still likes us. You know, this is the chick that ran away.
Yeah.
They're both indifferent.
German, awesome mood. She's a bitch. She is...
She's the creepy one by the tree, I think, right?
I think she's the younger one. No, adherent of the old faith.
Okay. Okay. That's all. I just wanted to check on where everyone's relationship was.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
Alright,
Yeah, that's 3.
Yeah,
yes.
that's what just happened.
Right. We're down to 5 willpower. Should probably get that back up.
Yeah, if we can.
Your grandfather, Sir Gregor Brante, left this world forever to meet the twin gods.
The night of grandfather's death shook your family to the core. Yet what?
Title.
What are you talking about?
Title.
Oh. You kept cutting out, so all I heard was tighter.
Tighter, Kaiser. Pull it tighter.
Kill grandfather further.
Alright. I'm gonna miss doing his voice. Last respects. The night grandfather's death took your family... Oh my god. The night of grandfather's death shook your family to the core. Yet no matter how it happened, your grandfather Gregor Brante is dead and will never return. He was a fearful shadow looming over the rest of the family. The Brante patriarch exerted his influence on all the lives below him, and all of you will remember him forever.
Father is the new patriarch of the family now, yet he still cannot bring himself to sit at the head of the table where Sir Gregor used to preside. Stefan locks himself away in grandfather's bedroom every day. He will not talk to anyone. Gloria and Nathan still jump at every sound, so much as resembles the knocking of his walking stick. Mother spends all day in prayer at the temple.
And yet the house has become calm and quiet with his passing. But there is one more thing that must be done, the final farewell. It weighs heavily upon your soul.
The day comes to pay your final respects. Father goes to the tomb alone, save for Stefan, Nathan, and you. Not really alone then, is it? Mother and Gloria stay at home. Only nobles, or those who may become nobles, may join this ritual. There is a solemn silence as you walk to the crypt. Father is the one who breaks this silence when you finally reach the door of the family crypt.
Your grandfather built this crypt, and now he will be the first Brante to remain here in body forever. The first ever noble in our family.
It is our duty now to hold the sacrament of flowing blood for Sir Gregor. We will honor his legacy and join him as the founder of the noble Brante dynasty.
Stefan perks up at Father's words, his hand still clutching grandfather's sword. Tradition decrees that it must remain in the niche above the owner's sarcophagus. Nathan, on the other hand, looks even more frightened now.
Stairs carved of white stone lead you downward. Deep in the gloom of the crypt, atop a pedestal, you see the sarcophagus that holds grandfather's body. Father takes a moment to compose himself before paying his final respects.
Gregor Brante, my father, brought our family into nobility through his unshakable will. He was a judge and a loyal servant to the Empire. He lived his life as if he had been born a noble, and he never strayed from the path he had chosen. He sought to make the Brante family ennobled by the sword so that our children's children might be of noble birth.
We just come up and shit on the grave.
Yeah.
The twins know I abide by my father's words all my life. Even I could not obey him every time.
Father lets of a bitter chuckle as he says this. I think it's supposed to be lets off. A couple spelling mistakes. Stefan glares at Father, then turns to glare at Nathan, at you. After all, the two of you were born of Father's shameful decision to marry a commoner.
All of you remember his disastrous passing. He did not die the true death he deserved, yet we all must know that he fought for the future he believed in to the very end, and he would be proud to see his family bid him farewell with the sacrament of the nobility. I don't think he fucking would.
Yeah, right? Stefan still glares at Father sullenly. His fingers remain clutched around Grandfather's sword. Nathan barely pays attention to his words. He looks around with unease, his arms folded across his chest.
Father reaches into his jacket and pulls out a slender dagger, thin and sharp. He takes off his gloves.
Watch me carefully, my sons. Make a small cut on the palm of your hand, and let your blood flow into this duct on the wall of the crypt. It will join your grandfather's blood here and flow forever. Then ancestors' progeny will become as one.
We shall enter our family's blood tide and receive Grandfather's final blessing, for his blood flows first in our blood tide. He will respond to you. You are part of him, and he is part of you. Oh god, we could get haunted by Granddad.
Oh god. With a quick motion, Father slices his hand and holds the bleeding cut above a small opening in the wall. Then he hands the dagger to Stefan. Stefan cuts his hand without hesitation, what?
And does as father
Oh, and
did.
does as Father did. Sorry, that sentence threw me for a loop there.
Alright.
You receive the dagger next.
I feel the choice coming. The dagger's handle feels warm. You hesitate for a moment as you look at your palm, the palm of your hand. If you participate in this ritual, you'll enter the Brante blood tide. You, a low-born child, a child who is still a commoner.
Oh god. Well, everything else is...
Oh my god. What?
We needed Noble 6 and
oh,
Gregor
fuck off.
Brante.
We were so noble.
What is this? Oh, so we either needed to be a nobleman, or to have a nobility of 6 and have Gregor like us.
Oh, he did like us, and we were one off.
Yeah.
Fuck. Anyway, you read it?
Are you ready to claim your legacy as a descendant of the nobleman Gregor Brante? The eyes of your father and brother are upon you. Nathan, the youngest brother, will follow your example. You can be certain of this. Yeah, give the dagger back.
Okay.
It's the only thing we can do.
Yep.
That's the first time I think we've been locked out of all but one choice.
You return the dagger to father and say you cannot participate in the ritual. You are a commoner, and your back bears the mark of the lash. Grandfather would never let you honor his name as a nobleman. Nathan nods in agreement. You do not deserve this honor. Father furrows his brow and shakes his head. His bro.
Yeah. Stefan, help me close the lid of the sarcophagus, and remember to ask Grandfather for his blessing. As for you two, it seems you weren't ready to walk the nobleman's path after all. You're right, son. Your grandfather would never have allowed it.
The lid of the sarcophagus falls into place with a heavy resonant thud. Then suddenly you all freeze as each of you hears your late grandfather speak to you. His voice is loud as it rings in the depths of the crypt, yet he speaks to each of you separately. Oh boy.
Oh god.
Foul blood weakling! I knew you never had it in you to rise above your meager birth, Equestrian. You have not a drop of nobility in you, and your pathetic little brother is the same. You are a taint upon my flesh and blood. Begone from my crypt.
And yet if we were 1/6 more noble here, we'd be like, you're a noble, I love you! Your legs carry you out of the crypt of their own accord. Out of that stuffy crypt. You can finally breathe again. You hear slow footsteps behind you. You turn around and meet Nathan's gaze.
What voice did we use for him? I'm just thinking all about
Pathetic as you can.
You did the right thing.
That's perfect.
If it weren't for you,
I'd have done what Father told us. Grandfather said I should stay away from his legacy, and it'll do me good. It'll do me no good if I try to follow in his footsteps. How's that for words of guidance,
Oh my god, the little brother is Kermit the Frog.
That's what it sounded like? Oh god, alright.
Nathan sighs as he embraces you. Father and Stefan leave the crypt much later and walk to the carriage without a word. You and Nathan humbly follow behind them.
Oh, Dad likes us less now.
With the bar's still fucking maxed out. Wait. Oh, okay, more.
It went down,
okay.
but yeah, it went down by
You
one.
know what? That's not bad. We're evening out the family a bit.
Yeah. Oh, and that
Wait.
gave us.
Didn't even get negative with.
Well, I think it's because I think whenever we try to do something like challenging, it goes down. But there, we just kind of went with the flow.
No, but I mean, we didn't get it down with Stefan. Which I keep wanting to say Stephanie.
See, we might have had something down with him if we had like if we had tried to be a noble in some way.
Nah, because he would have honoured Father's wishes. He wouldn't have gone against that,
Maybe.
surely.
Well, maybe there was no way to do it then.
The fugitive girl. Sorry, you're reading it.
No, you are, because you only had like a one-line thing.
No, because I read the part just then.
Okay, fine. The fugitive girl. Grandfather's passing and last respects have left a mark on the entire family. His words relayed from the hereafter keep echoing in your mind. You will do your best to avoid the memory of Grandfather's last night and spend more time on the city streets with Thomas and your other classmates.
Cat.
Oh, it's a
The
cute
road
guy.
by the house reminds you of another clash with death. Sometimes as you walk along that road, you recall Sophia, the beautiful girl with the wonderful eyes and the terrifying, thundering hoof. Wait, hang on. Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, the hooves that
I
were
was like,
going to
Sophia
kill her.
has terrifying, thundering hooves?
She does not have hooves.
You have not seen Sophia since that fateful day. The children who live nearby say her parents sent her to a rich Arknian family, the Ottons, as a servant. I bet you those are the people that A, ran us over, and B, besmirched us when we tried to give the handkerchief back.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. The sun is set, the pillar shines palely in the dark sky. Thomas is ill, so you decide to visit him and tell him the latest news. The streets seem oddly agitated tonight, full of horses, cloaked men, strange faces, and hushed voices. A young nobleman in a heavy embroidered cloak is walking back and forth, clutching at his sword nervously. There's a grimace of rage on his delicate blue face, and he is an Arknian. Oh, sorry, he is an Arknian, not Hand.
You overhear voices. Sir Otton, the girl's not home. We searched the house. Our parents swear she ran away from home too. They claimed they wanted to bring her back.
Oh boy, what can I do for this guy?
Oh my god, make it a good accent. Make it like Irish.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Irish. I was gonna go with something more like. God,
Oh,
how's he
make it
doing
foreign.
that? I was just gonna go with something more like kind of like a high noble kind of. Hold on.
something that won't kill my voice.
Just do whatever it takes. Turn this loathsome district upside down if you must. But bring my servant back to me. She's here.
Bring my people home. Sophia, run away from an Arknian? How can this be? There's only one place on the entire street where a person could hide. The abandoned Moral House, 4 houses away from yours. You head there, doing your best not to attract attention.
The lopsided house built of yellow brick has been abandoned for 20 years or so. You remember playing there as a boy. You glimpse a figure inside before you enter. A pair of eyes glimmer in the dark. You would recognize them even after another 4 years. Sophia has grown up. She's almost an adult now, and her face is full of fear. She is not the easygoing girl next door that you remember. She finally recognizes you.
Oh, it's you, Equestrian. Be quiet, they're all looking for me. I ran away from the youngest Otton. I might be in for a lesser death here, but I would rather die than spend another day in their slavery. I'm just a thing to him, just a toy to play with.
Oh boy.
But
Sophia winces and closes her mouth as she says this. There is a glint of bright yellow deep in her eyes.
I ran to my parents. I told them all about the men I had to serve, and they went and alerted the Ottens. They don't want to be the target of their ire, but you aren't going to tip them off, are you?
The barking and shouting are getting closer. Sophia's voice grows quiet. She runs off to the darkest corner of the house before you can answer. One of the Otten's servants is so close you can hear his cloak swishing against the ground. He notices something and calls for the others.
There are more voices around you now. They approach the house from the yard and surround it. One of them seems particularly snappy, annoyed and impatient. You've already heard this voice today.
If you're in there, girl, you'd be wise to come out and quit wasting my time. All will be forgiven, and you will go back to where you were. You know it. And if you don't, I'll drag you out by the hair. I'm going for Gaston, if that wasn't clear.
Okay, cool. The hilt of the young Arknian's sword bashes at the door. He is about to lose his patience for good. Sophia hugs the wall in the dark, trying to stay still. She glances at you. What will you do? Your heart is racing. Can you act against the Arknian soldiers? Do you have the gall to defy the Moti nobleman?
Okay, so we only have two options, so we needed one more ingenuity, which, God, we're still missing one.
Man, we really suck at it. But it looks like we've got quite a lot. I guess we just don't.
We could literally bring her back if we let her die the first time.
Bring Sophia back to Otten.
Yeah,
How?
if we had been a dick and let her die the first time, we could just bring her back again. But because we saved her once, we can try to save her again.
Oh, definitely tried to stop Otten.
Yeah,
But, like,
we're not going to hide alone.
Yeah, I still don't get how the bring Sophia back to Otten thing works.
Well, clearly, if we were a douche enough not to save her the first time, we're gonna turn her in this time.
Oh, back to right. Sorry, I thought Otten was a different place for a second there. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Otten is
Okay,
the
yeah,
jackass
fuck that.
trying to find her. All right, so we're gonna do this, right?
Yep. We're about to suffer another death at the hands of this woman. You realize?
Yeah, probably. You pull yourself together and walk slowly to the half-collapsed doorway. Sophia stays behind. The tall Arknian stares you down, his condescending smile dripping with scorn. In your most assertive voice, you answer his question. You will find no fugitive girl in this house.
What are you doing here, boy? I wasn't speaking to you. Get out of my way.
You're getting a little bit of, Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! There.
Yugi boy.
Alright. Otten needs no permission to enter, so he steps inside. You stand in his way. You have already assured the young Arknian there is no one else inside. You have done him a great service. What makes him doubt your words?
Why, you lowlife! How dare you stand in an Arknian's way? You must have lives to spare.
Oh boy, yep, we're gonna die again.
Oof.
Otten backhands you with his immense strength, enough to send you flying. The Arknian draws his sword. It raises into the air, but then one of his men shouts, "Sir, there she is!" The Arknian turns around and briskly walks away.
Sophia used your distraction to climb out the window in the back. You jump to your feet and escape the house in the same way. Sophia's slight silhouette is gaining distance far ahead. One of Otten's men is chasing her down, ready to catch her at any moment.
But then something unbelievable happens. Sophia lets out a dreadful scream, and the air around her sizzles with golden sparks. Otten's man falls to the ground, clutching his head. Sophia freezes for a second, as though uncertain of what she just did. What was that?
Otten screams at her right next to you. So that's how it is, eh? A wench is a witch. Seize her!
Magic? Sophia is a witch? Sophia's silhouette disappears down an alleyway. Otten's men give her chase. But they will never find her in the dark, sprawling district. You watch her go. Will you ever see her again?
Better.
Alright, there we go. She trusts us now, at least.
The runaway girl.
What?
The runaway girl becomes the talk of your district for an entire week. You overhear that Sophia managed to flee the city. The Ottons are furious. After this sudden appearance, she disappears from your life once more. You will not see her again until much, much later.
Oh,
Um,
God.
Yeah,
This is less a love interest and more a pen pal.
well, more like a liability.
Well, at least we lived this time.
1.5 deaths in as many scenes.
Yeah. Well, 1 year left.
Oh my god, so close. And then we unlock the justice scales, don't we?
No, I think these come in... Oh, maybe we do.
The bloodstained sermon. Was it you or me?
Me. Bloodstained Sermon. You are about to turn 15, just one step away from adulthood. Mother is acting anxious at dinner, barely touching her food. You exchange glances with Gloria. She carefully tells you that she wants to go to the tailor. Mother shudders, and her hands clench into fists.
No, don't you dare leave home today. I forbid it. That dirty heretic fetus is preaching his lies under the silver tree today. Twins willing, I don't want you to hear any of that. I know it's not pronounced fetus.
Yeah, I figured. You and Gloria glance at each other again. Photis, he is a patriarch, the head of the clergy throughout the entire province. That is the first time you've heard Mother speak like this about a priest, especially such a high-ranking one.
Once you leave the dinner table, Gloria comes to your room with a cunning expression on her face. Like she's about to play a trick on someone. She has a plan. The two of you should sneak out of the house and go to the silver tree. You simply must hear that sermon for yourself. What's so bad about Patriarch Photis? Why does Mother hate him so much? You two are grown-ups now. Surely you have the right to know. Is this the one that was saying that religion is a lie, or is this the one that was saying religion
I don't know, do we
is
know?
part of the law and stuff?
I don't
It-
think so.
I'm sure we have the character in our list of characters, but let's finish this first.
I don't think it's Photis, though. There was some random little girl that said, learn the old ways, and there was some older woman who said, oh, come, let me take you for a tour in the tree.
Yeah, we can check afterwards.
But Fetus, I think, is the big guy, like one of the heads of the city. But let's look after it.
Oh,
You-
yeah, you're right. It's the head patriarch. Yes, that's where I saw the name.
Yeah.
You're right.
You agree with your sister. Together you sneak out from under your mother's watchful eye and hurry to the silver tree. The temple block is full of people from all ranks and estate. There's barely enough room for you to squeeze through the crowd. The crowd has gathered around the very roots of the tree. Gloria suggests that you climb up to the roof of a nearby building so that you can hear and see everything better. I'm conditioned to think of Eye of Argon, so I keep expecting there to be mistakes. And like massive weird grammar shifts.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And not a moment too soon. From the roof, you see a tall, silver-haired priest step onto the platform by the tree, dressed in the common black robe that looks far beneath his rank. Yet he stands like a noble before the crowd. Behind his back is a banner flapping in the wind, the open book. This is the symbol of the new faith, the crowd whispers.
The patriarch holds his hands up to the sky, and the entire temple block grows quiet. He begins his sermon, his vibrant voice rolling across the square. Photis speaks of a great mistake.
Oh, ooh, it's my choice.
It's your turn. You get to make a new voice.
Like kind of pansy though, so I can't do any nice deep ones. We entrusted ourselves to the lots as the only way to fulfill divine providence in this world. But for all these years, the will of the twins has been interrupted for us by a single man. Prophet Isacius. The twins are ever watching from atop the shining pillar, Of this we have no doubt. But how can we so blindly believe that we truly follow their will by following the lots?
Okay, let's see if I can do that
Alright,
voice.
what you do is you stick your bottom jaw out as far as you can go.
I was trying to figure out how I was going to do. That's what I was doing, just silently
Like,
mouthing
tuck
along.
your
Okay.
top on back.
Have we not seen the three lots of Assacius fail again and again to answer the question of how we ought to live our lives? Have we not seen people change their lots in life again and again without being smitten by divine wrath? Every person born, whether human or Arcnian, low-born or noble, must find their lot and their way to the gods on their own.
So he's actually pro-commoner.
Yeah, it seems like he's... Well, it's not that he's pro-commoner, he's just advocating a more fluid interpretation of... Like, a more fluid movement of your station in life.
From now on, we will seek the gods in the accounts of their own lives, in their own acts in this world, and in their own words as they echo within us. And as we heed the voice of the twins within, we will each find their path for us on our own.
Yeah, so he's much more of a...
I thought he would be more of a cunt.
It's more of a Protestant Reformation sort of deal.
Yeah.
This is very akin to what happened between like the Catholic Church and Martin Luther in like the in Europe.
He
Whereas
seems to be more like, interpret it as you will.
the Protestants tended to be much more like, it's you and your relationship with God. The Catholics were much more, there's a structure and you need to stay closer to this ritual. The crowd at the Silver Tree listens to the Patriarch's speech in stunned silence. You glance at your sister. Her eyes glisten with tears as she hears Photis's words.
Then suddenly a hoarse cry arises from the crowd. If there are no lots, does that mean the nobles are going to till the fields and the commoners are going to bear arms? The crowd begins to murmur. The Patriarch raises an arm and hails, ready to answer.
An odd figure leaps from the crowd onto the platform, a dirty beggar dressed in rags. A knife flashes in his hands. The blade slices. Blood starts spurting from Photis's throat. He slumps over and collapses. A dark brown puddle spreads across the platform where he had stood. Gloria clutches her mouth to suppress a shriek.
Bugger.
Yeah, well, that's the end of that revolution.
Yeah, right? A few moments of stunned silence, and then the scream begins. The people are frantic. The temple guards try to restore order in the crowd, but to no avail. An old woman dressed in an inquisitor's cassock tries in vain to apply pressure to the Patriarch's wound. The nobles draw their swords. Dogs are barking. The crowd is pushing and shoving. Children are crying. The entire square where the tree is in chaos.
From the roof, you see the moment when people start trampling each other, howling, praying, and shouting. Gloria tugs on your sleeve. Time to go. You climb down from the roof and run.
You return home without exchanging a word. Mother has been in her room all the while, so no one noticed your absence. Gloria locks herself in her room. You do not discuss the things you have just seen, they are too frightening. But your parents discuss every little detail of the blood-stained sermon over dinner.
This is unbelievable. A patriarch murdered in plain sight. The gendarmes and the Archduke's guards have searched every corner of the slums, and the murderer's beggar has disappeared without a trace. I can't even imagine a more gruesome crime. Photis has died a true death, never to return from the hereafter.
But how? Why can't the Patriarch be reborn? He's so close to the twins.
He's such a good voice.
Such
Such is the way of the world, my children.
okay.
Once you are granted great power by the twins' will,
there's no hope for you to come back, not even after the first of your deaths. Emperors, their powerful vassals, heads of the great Archnean dynasties, patriarchs of the church, none of them are destined to be reborn.
Protus is gone forever. I fear for his soul. It was lost in doubt. Will the twins accept him upon the peak of the pillar? We must pray for the patriarch, children. Let us hope he managed to return to the true old faith before the moment of his passing.
But there's little hope of that. Oh, the old faith lost some ground, and order went down again.
No, the old faith made some ground.
No. Old faith lost some ground.
It went up, +1.
Yeah, read the numbers.
Oh, yeah, wait, what? Where the fuck did the old faith go?
You actually had a really good metaphor for this when we were doing this before. You said it was like a pH scale.
Yeah, but it should have gone the other way.
Nope.
Because the person who was for the new faith died.
He died, but he got his words out there, and now he's a martyr.
Okay. Yeah, martyrdom, I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Still.
he's now a martyr for the new faith.
And what's the other one? Order? Oh, because there was just chaos.
Yeah, just
People
because,
stabbing the street.
and then people got trampled and shit, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, let me take a break for a second. I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Seeing as he's dead.
Yeah, now that he's died. there.
Ooh! Shit, that's showing us the next one. Don't look, ah!
Wait, what? What?
It's showing us the new guy.
Oh.
It's already changed out his picture and his title.
Oh god, you're right, it has.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all we know is the new guy is fat.
This is true. Also, he has the same name as a certain very important character in Red Rising.
Also, we've got this guy in our relationships tab now.
Oh, what the fuck? Why would we want to be friends with this
We're not friends with him, he fucking hates us.
This douche nut. Mind you, we've got Octavia as well, the only other Arcane we know.
Yeah. And she's she's
Also
completely
a douche nut.
neutral.
But she, and I quote, remembers you.
Yeah, she at least well, I mean, you know, we maybe were a little bit, handsy approaching her with her handkerchief that she dropped in the ground. But, yeah. Alright,
I'm gonna stand up for a bit if that's right.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I assume it's not affecting the audio much.
I mean, no.
Cool. Tomorrow you turn 16. According to Imperial law, you'll be a full adult. Your time at Sir Tybalt's school has ended. You have studied enough to apply to the Imperial College and learn the judge's trade there. You are to travel to Eterna tomorrow. Your friend Tomas will go there with you to try his luck in the Imperial capital. Mother and father prepare you for the long journey. Oh, Jesus.
Remember, son, there is only one goal for you. You must become a student at the Imperial College. Your teachers dragged you through all those books for a reason. You have the knowledge and fervor to be ennobled by the mantle as I was, and as my late father was before me. And who knows, maybe one day you will be the one to write the name Brante in the Blue Book, and ensure that your children's children will be nobled by birth.
Then Mother speaks to you carefully. There is worry in her eyes. But Robert, there may be another path for our son, Stefan. Your firstborn was born a noble. He will surely earn the title for the entire Brante family. Your second son bears the favor of the twins. For him, the path of the priest is a worthy calling, no less than a nobleman's sword. Wait, what?
What?
You're saying we're blessed by the twins, and something about a sword.
Well, if you think about it, like, we've studied there too. We got decent grades in theology, and we had that vision of the twins when we were little kids.
Right. I don't know what the sword's about, though. Nobleman's sword.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
She said something about a nobleman's sword, I think, yeah.
Yeah. So the symbol of the nobleman is the sword, right?
Hmm.
That's why they have them kiss a sword when they become, like, when they go through their anointment thing.
Yeah. Like,
So a nobleman's sword is just saying, like, becoming a nobleman. They've been arguing about your future for a while now. Still, she would never defy the will of a nobleman and her husband. You smile at them both, trying to placate them. Gloria laughs quietly behind their backs.
just don't become a snooze like Stefan, and you'll do just fine. Not that chides, Gloria, for that. You wink at your sister. Nathan has been downcast all evening. He barely touched his dinner. When everyone gets up from table, he suddenly rushes over to embrace you.
Please don't go, Equestrian. Can't you stay? I don't know what I'm going to do without you.
You tussle his hair in response. There's no way you can stay now, you say. But when you come home, and you will come home, you'll tell him all your stories and bring him a special present from Eterna. Special!
This is it. All your lessons have been learned. All your things have been packed for the road. You will leave the family home tomorrow. Tonight is your last night at home before your departure. You walk through the rooms one last time. The sitting room where Mother used to read you fairy tales, the library where Gloria used to spend all her time, Father's study, which you entered only on special occasions, the backyard where you taught Nathan to build towers towers one summer.
The whole place feels so familiar, so dear to you. It feels like home. You lived here for 16 years. Will you ever return? It's getting late. Everyone is already in their rooms, but you hesitate. Father, Mother, Gloria, Nathan, it will be a long time before you see them again. Who will you spend your last few hours at home with?
Although Nathan is the only one that doesn't require anything. So, I mean, we can't do it with Mother because obviously we're down to, like, we don't have enough points. But I don't think we would anyway.
Yeah.
Gloria, we can... Both of them...
We said we are most inclined towards Gloria, and we also need favor with her anyway. But one thing...
Yeah.
I feel like the top three options, you're like, you go over to Ned, you're like, do you want to hang out with me kind of thing? With Nathan, you go over to him, get him in an arm lock, and he's like, you're like, you'll listen to me.
He's like, while I'm away, don't be such a little bitch.
Listen to me.
Alright, so this is interesting. Because of the different statuses here, so we can spend time with our father because we have the +4. Gloria, we don't have the +4, but because we have Grateful, because we had done stuff to help her before, we do have it. Because look, it has to be either Grateful or greater than equal
One of
4.
them could be true. Oh, but he's not grateful.
Yeah, I think...
suppose it's the crypt.
Yeah, we walked away from the crypt, so he probably would have liked us more then.
I still say Gloria, though.
Oh yeah, so do I. I agree. Indeed, your sister is still awake. She jumps out of her armchair happily the moment she sees you.
I'm so happy you're actually here, brother. You know, before you leave, I actually have something to tell you.
Gloria takes your hand and leads you to the library. You light a lamp. Gloria pulls out a hefty volume from one of the shelves.
I have a permanent. Look, this is a history of the noble houses. It's got the story of how humans were first ennobled. I read all of it, and guess what? It didn't happen until after the expansion of the Empire. Apparently, there weren't enough Archnians for all the land. They just couldn't rule it all by themselves.
Archnians have always Archnians have always treated humans like cattle, but human nobles are even worse. They're like their paltry copies now. Bearing noble titles, wearing gem-studded jackets, bossing others around, and poisoning their lives. They make me sick.
Everyone Everybody says nobles were born to rule, but if you ask me, I say they're nobodies. And there's nothing that noble about the meaning others and living off their hard work.
Gloria is growing unusually agitated. You knew she was not exactly fond of nobles, but this is the first time you've heard such burning scorn in her voice. But then Gloria stops herself suddenly and calms down.
I just wanted to tell you, brother, you don't actually have to become a noble. If you're a noble, you have to follow their rules like Stefan does. You're not like him, I know it.
Don't listen to Mother, and definitely don't listen to your father. They just want you to blindly follow them. It's true, Sir Brante spent plenty of money and effort on your education, but a noble title and a judge's rank were his dream for you, not yours. It's time to think for yourself.
Her words spark a dispute. You keep debating into the small hours. Soon you both start reaching into history and politics and morals, the material. Pulling out library books one by one to prove your points. It turns out Gloria is an excellent debater. All the days and nights she spent in the library have honed her mind and rhetorical skills. The sun is about to rise. You should rest before the long trip, but you're not tired at all.
But before you return to your room, Gloria locks you in the... Oh, sorry. I thought she was going to lock us in the library. But before you return to your rooms, Gloria locks you in a heartfelt hug. Equestrian. That was a really short one.
You're absolutely right.
Equestrian, please promise me you'll find your own way out there. Oh, look at that.
And hug her back, and then she's off. You get into bed, but you cannot sleep. Gloria's words keep you up all night. To ingenuity, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, now we get ingenuity after we...
Now the fucking chapter's finished.
I think we have 1 year left. Okay. You leave the family home for a long time. Your future awaits you in Eterna, the capital of the Empire.
Is Thomas coming with us?
I think he is, yeah.
The end of adolescence. Last night was your final night at home. Your carriage is now waiting at the gate, ready to take you to the capital. The clip-clopping of the idle hooves against the cobblestones count the seconds before your departure. You take one more look at your parents' house and recall your childhood spent there, in the nearby yards, at your school, and on the winding streets of Anizut.
You clashed with the greater world around you and survived. You felt the tingle of emotions for the first time. You were taught by the school and the streets. You explored the city of your birth and learned something of its past. You witnessed firsthand events that will be remembered by history for all time. All of this is yours now, forever.
You saw death, lesser death followed by rebirth, and a true death that takes and never gives back. You saw death lying in wait to strike the unaware, like a beast stalking its prey. Grandfather's angry grimace lit by the flickering fire of the lamp, the Archduke's cavalry trampling those who stood in their way, and your older brother's bloodied sword slicing through the air. Death has followed you from a very young age.
And yet you live on. You have a friend who has been by your side all these years. Thomas taught you many things, how to take a hit, how to keep your word, how to remain true to your own self. And now Thomas is walking to the same carriage as you, or with a heavy bag slung over his shoulder. Your friend will remain your companion for the time being.
Ahead of you is a long trip toward the capital and adulthood. The first time you will be away from your family and home. What awaits you in the future?
Let's find out. Oh, end of chapter 2.
You gonna read it out? Wait. No, we already read
That's
that.
everything we just read, yeah. So, what do? We found out about our brother's forbidden love.
And that was it.
Yep. So hold on. No, this is everything that happened in there. We saved Sophia.
Okay.
We met a girl, and that girl happens to be the blue chick. And we found out his thing. And grandfather died.
Yay!
Alright.
Wait, all your qualities from childhood and adolescence will now convert into adult qualities. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay. And we finished with 10 willpower.
Yeah, that's fine.
We've died once. Alright, let's see what happens.
He grows a penis.
Oh no! Why did it take us this long?
16 years, right?
Also, why do we have such a douchey haircut? We don't get cool hair until the revolt.
That's very Anakin hair, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leaving my hometown behind, I set out for the capital of the Empire. There, I would discover my role in society.
His voice acting is worse than ours.
He's got like a little bit of a southern twang to it.
He does. He's quite
After
American.
finishing off my youth, I went off to the capital.
Yeah. Right.
Oh man. Alright, do we want to read the intro and then
Yeah,
leave
let's
it
read
there?
the intro and then we'll call it.
Okay. The driver flicks the reins. The carriage slowly sways as it starts moving away from your home. You stick your head out the window and wave goodbye to your family. Nathan is running after the carriage with Thomas's younger brother in tow, tears glistening in their eyes.
Leaving home. It hurts to leave your home behind. It lies eternal. The Imperial City. You've often read about it and heard stories from Father and Stefan. It is a city that surpasses Anazot enormously in terms of size, age, wealth, and beauty. But what's it really like? What kind of life awaits you here? What will you learn there? And where will your actions take you?
You pass the old walls of Anazot. Somewhere within them is the old fortress you and Thomas built together out of old wooden planks and now left to the care of your younger brothers. You two are adults now. Perhaps your fortress will crumble, now abandoned, or perhaps your brothers will continue what you started. Who knows?
You look down at your hands, knuckles covered in scars from street antics, fingers stained with ink. Mother gave you a cross to wear away from home, and now you can feel its warmth against your chest. Your family counts on you, even though they all wish a different future for you. But they are behind you now in Anazot. From this point on, you will decide which road you will take.
This is the journey you prepared for throughout your entire childhood. Ahead of you lie many years in the capital, years that will determine your fate and your place in society. Okay, look at that. Okay. Perception and nobility, we get diplomacy.
Oh, I see.
But it's not like we get, it's a starting point. So we get
not even promising.
Yeah, I know, but we're only 2 points away from the second level, which is it's something.
Wait, hover over the thing at the end of diplomacy. There's a little yellow tag. Okay.
Maybe that's just master diplomat.
Think we become. Oh, it says the end of the text most important to the judge.
Okay. All right, it's the same thing.
Manipulation.
That's a cool
Wait, so
one.
perception gives for both of these things?
I guess. Most important to conspirator. But look, there's 6 stats, so there's going to be some we
true.
got good.
Oh my god.
We suck at theology.
We suck at everything because we've fucking awful perception.
Here we go. There we go. Valor. Most
mediocre.
I mean, that's good. Think of the most we ever could have gotten is a 6 and a 6. I don't know, a 7 and a 7, I guess. So highest we could have gotten was a 14. But look, we're only 3 points away from being a dangerous enemy, so...
The low end of mediocre.
Scheming. Okay.
This is kind of what I think we were planning towards.
Yeah.
Kind of conspiratorial.
Yeah,
road.
maybe this and this, but I mean, weren't we thinking of him like hero of the people kind of deal?
Yeah, that's kind of what the conspirator is, I think, in this case.
Yeah, maybe. Well, what does it actually say under it? Your
Criminal
talent for
mastermind. Okay, maybe not.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's more of like a rogue. Eloquence. This is something I think we should work on. Instill faith, guide, and lead people with your speeches.
Most important to be an inquisitor.
Yeah, that's not really what we're going for.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, we have one stat that, I mean, two stats: scheming.
Yeah, I
And
think
Valor.
is the most. Wait, what's the our master class of Valor called?
It's judge.
No, it's not. It's invincible.
It is.
Oh,
Oh, invincible, but yeah, most important to the judge. I mean,
but the judge was one earlier.
it was. So it seems like there's three things. There's the Inquisitor,
So the judge, or the
conspirator, and the Inquisitor. Yeah, there's those three.
Well, fuck. Okay.
So I think we're coming into this balanced, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, we're definitely slightly better on the determination 3.
Yeah.
So the latter 3.
Conspirator and Valor and scheming are the ones we're good with right now.
Mm.
Like we've passed the first threshold on both of those.
Yeah. Anyway, let's push it on.
Yeah.
Continue.
And there we go. Okay.
Nothing unlocks.
Yeah, this is
No.
just what happens in the next thing.
Yeah. So hover the scales. I don't know what act they come in on. On the right.
Oh, 4. Peace
4, and what's the fight one? Is that 5? Yeah.
5,
okay.
yeah.
Path of the Lotless. Remain in the common state with no choice but to fend for yourself. Make your own way in the world. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
This is a potential, I think.
Yeah, definitely Nova's potential. I mean, we've already got the condition for it.
Yeah, Valor, and then I think we also need to enroll in the college, though.
Yeah, that's going to naturally progress easily.
Yeah. True death!
Accept true death. Or die 4 times.
Yeah. Well, we've only died once so far, so that's something. Oh, and then all
Jesus.
these
Oh,
different...
yeah, I didn't realize that. So, and it's got a scroll bar as well. Oh, hang on, wait, go back one. This is personal life. Is this
Yeah.
all relationship? What was the
Yeah.
first one?
You save an enigmatic singer.
No. What's the go back one page?
These,
Oh, that
these
was
chapter
outcomes.
outcomes, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So it can only be one of those first 4 things, whereas this, you can supposedly get all of them.
Yeah, in theory, if we have the right sort of thing, but we need, like...
Bond of friendship.
Oh, yeah.
You've got a ring for Thomas? Oh my god, he is gay.
It's fucking...
He is gay.
He's not gay.
Going to bum you.
He's not going to bum us.
It's going to be great.
You prevail over every opponent in the Imperial College tournament. Ooh, this one sounds fun.
Yeah. I'll bet there'll be a part where it says, though, do you want to practice for the fight, or do you want to study?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then these are all the stats we just saw.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, let's,
Yeah, we can call it there. Look at that, youth.
16 years of age. He's growing up so fast.
Yeah.
Alright.